Namaskar दोस्तों. We have with us Dr. MK Angajan. He is one of the leading philosophers of our time, and he is founder of Life of Mastery Foundation. For the past 30 years, Dr. Angajan has been deeply involved in the study, research and assimilation of Vedanta, management and leadership philosophy, human values and the human mind from a very early age. He's an enthralling keynote speaker, having presided at several prestigious events and conferences on the global stage. He has coached top-notch business leaders, inspired tens and thousands of distinguished audiences, entrepreneurs, students and youths globally for peak performance, fulfilled living and to live a life in harmony with the laws of the universe. Companies have reported happier workplace, increased efficiency, creativity, teamwork, better communication. Dr. Angajan books value systems for success and from gods to godhead, as well as the audio books, CDs and DVDs on various topics have received world recognition. He is featured in many television and radio talk shows as well as in the popular magazines. He has taken his philosophy to many countries across 5 continents. His scientific, rational, practical approach and passionate presentations grounded by wisdom, expertise and humor have earned him the patronage of many Fortune 500 corporations and international schools of business. They can include among others like IBM, Standard Bank, Volkswagen, Tata, Reserve Bank of India, Indian Institute of Management, Fujitsu, Siemens, Larsen Toubro and many others international organizations. He's a leadership, management and Vedanta guru. Today he's here for a lecture series called Karma and Infallible Laws for a Happy Life, which is starting today, 11th of June, until 15th of June, daily from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at the Vishnu Shiva Mandir, Mawson, which is in Canberra. Welcome, Dr. Angajan, in Radio 1%. How are you today?
Very good. Just arrived this morning and getting used to the jet lag, etc. But it's been good.
Good. And you're not new to Canberra. I think you have been coming for how long?
I've been coming here since the year 2010. So that must be the 8th year. There are years where I used to come twice a year,
right?
In April and in December. So it's a familiar terrain here.
How do you find the cold weather in Canberra? Is it same?
Yeah, we are in South Africa. It's winter,
right?
But it's not so cold, but we're used to it.
Okay, so tell us about yourself, because I think this is the first time we're talking on Radio 1%. And your childhood, where are you from? Where did you study?
Yes, I was born in Kerala, in India, and did my schooling there. Came to Bangalore for higher education to study engineering, and that is where, after about spending 4 years studying electronics engineering, I branched off into switch my career to study Vedanta philosophy. I joined an ashram to study, research, and assimilate and practice Vedanta, and eventually to reach this out to the people. So that I did in Pune at the Vedanta Academy.
Right.
So under Swami Parthasarathi. So I've been in this field of study and research of Vedanta for the last 30 years.
Okay. So it's quite a lot. And you studied in Kerala and then moved to South Africa.
Yes.
Why was that? Why South Africa?
Interesting. South Africa has got a unique demographics there. One is it is a rainbow nation, as you know. The 4 different races living very harmoniously. And talking about the Indians and Hindus, South Africa has got the highest concentration of Indians outside India. I'm talking about the concentration of Indians, right? It's supposed to be about 1.5 million Indians, and a majority of those Indians live in one area. So the whole place is Indian. So there you find Hinduism thrives. There are probably hundreds of temples all over the country. And so when I went there to have the spiritual discourses, and it was a huge awakening among the people. So South Africa, they're very, very sincere, but because they were cut off from India for many, over a century,
absolutely,
so they lost the philosophical aspect of Hinduism. They're very culture conscious. They build temple, they do all the rituals and prayers, etc. But when it comes to the philosophy part of it, why we do what we are doing, so they are not aware of it, or not everybody is aware of it. So when I went there to expound this knowledge of Vedanta, so they were really, really fascinated. So they requested to continue being there. I used to go there 3-4 times a year and eventually I ended up staying there full time.
Okay. And you mentioned you were an electronics engineer?
That's right. I was
Oh.
studying, I discontinued after about nearly 4 years, only because I was passionate about studying Vedanta philosophy.
Okay. I'm an electronics engineer also. But,
Right.
from-
Yes,
but,
so
but
told
you,
me.
yeah, but why did you move to Vedanta then?
In fact,
Something changed you spiritually?
it is an inner calling. It was an old interest, and then when I met Swami Parthasarathi, my guru, that passion got inflamed, and it wasn't difficult for me to switch my career to studying human engineering.
Right.
So Vedanta is nothing but external engineering to you move into the internal engineering.
Very nice. So, how do your friends and family integrate your teachings into your daily lives or something like that? What do you think? Like?
You know, usually when you switch your career, your friends change.
Is it again? And well,
Yeah, so I mean, they take to it very well. Not all of my family is into Vedanta, but
Yeah.
all of them are very much supportive.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. And family, your parents, well, what did
Yes,
they say
very
that
much.
moving from electronics?
I mean, it
engineering-
was a shock for them because
Absolutely.
coming from South Indian family, usually you're expected to start your job and take care of the family, not pursue Vedanta. So there was a little bit of a furor in the family, but then once they really understood what I'm doing, they were very much in favor of what I'm pursuing. So
Right.
it took about a year or something for them to digest, but after that they were very much in favor of me.
Okay. And you've done love mastery workshops on stress management, happy marriages, youth development, family happiness, art of successful parenting, managing relationship, health and well-being, so many others.
That's right.
So, would you like to just briefly tell us about all?
Yeah, in fact, if you ask what is Vedanta, Vedanta is, simply put, it is the knowledge of life and living,
Okay.
right? So Vedanta gives you the art, technique, skill to manage every aspect of life, which includes your marital relationship, your parenting, your stress management, leadership. There is nothing that is not mentioned in Vedanta. So that's why we always say Bhagavad Gita is the most powerful life manual.
Mhm.
You want to learn leadership, you go to Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.
You want to learn parenting, you go to Bhagavad Gita.
Very
You
nice.
want to learn stress management, you go to Bhagavad Gita. You want to manage your family, you go to Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is one of the principal scriptures of Vedanta.
Very nice.
So if you ask what are the scriptures of Vedanta,
Mhm.
simply put it is Prasthanatrayas. They are the three principal scriptures: Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, and Brahma Sutra.
Right.
Right. So all that essentially introduce yourself to yourself.
Okay.
You know, we don't know ourselves. We know about everything else.
Yeah.
So that's why when olden days students asked, you know, where is God? What is God? They
Right.
said, Tattvamasi, you are that.
Right. Very nice. And you're talking about the workshop, the laws of karma and the infallible laws for a happy life. So
That's
what
right.
what are laws of karma then?
In fact, you put it properly, laws of karma.
Yeah.
You know, although in common parlance we all say law of karma, but it's actually a misnomer. It is a loss of karma because it is a collection of laws. It is a bundle of laws governing human life. Just as if you ask what is science, science is nothing but the laws governing the external world.
Right.
There are laws of physics, laws of chemistry, laws of biology, laws of mathematics, etc.
Mhm.
Similarly, the laws governing the inner world is called the laws of karma.
Right.
Laws governing human action.
Mhm.
You know, so to talk about one or two laws, for example, you know, in the science, in the external world, there are numerous laws, and every law has a cause-effect relationship functioning. A cause will have an effect, and every effect must have a cause. So functioning of the cause-effect relationship is called the law of causation. All right. So our life also is governed by the law of causation.
Mhm.
Anything that happens to you or that doesn't happen to you, there must be a cause for it. There
Right.
must be a definite reason for it.
Yes.
But not every one of us are able to identify every reason for everything that happens to us.
Right.
So when we can't identify a specific cause for something that happens,
Yep.
if it is good, we say it's good luck. If it is bad, we say it's bad luck.
Destiny.
But, yes, destiny, etc. But truth is that there is a cause for it.
There's cause for it.
And the other law that we need to understand is the law of intention,
Right.
law of motive. All right. You know, the law of karma functions on motive, on intention.
Okay.
So like that, there are numerous laws.
Very nice. We will become
We'll be discussing
in the workshop which are going to happen.
5 days, yes.
Yeah, on the 5 days. And what are the infallible laws for a happy life? Like when you say happy.
Happy life.
Yeah, happy.
You know, there's a saying that if you want to be happy for 1 hour, take
Yes.
a nap.
Okay.
If you want,
I do normally
Right.
right after the.
right. If you want to be happy for 1 day, go for a picnic.
Very nice.
If you want to be happy for 1 week, go for a holiday. If you want to be happy for 1 month, get married. Alright. If you want to be happy for 1 year,
Right.
inherit a fortune.
Yeah.
If you want to be happy for 1 lifetime,
Yeah.
make other people's happy.
Very nice.
So when you say what are the laws of happy life,
Yes.
the only way to find happiness is if we are concerned about other people's happiness.
Right.
You know, some of the most successful and the happiest of people are happy because they're genuinely concerned about other people's happiness. This is what in Vedanta we call it the law of reciprocity.
Mm-hmm.
When you're genuinely interested in imparting happiness to the other people in your own way.
Yes.
You could be working for a company, you could be running a business, whatever it is. You know, making other people happy doesn't mean that we should switch off everything and get into charity. That's not what you're saying. You could be running a business, but in that process, you can think in terms of making my customers happy, making my employees happy, making my investors happy, making my suppliers happy. Such people, their business will thrive and they'll also be happy. But the other people who only want to find the bottom line profit, they will lose their peace, they'll be so stressed, and they will also, chances are they will not have the success.
Right.
So the Vedanta talks about these laws.
Okay.
All right. So the law of reciprocity, which talks about one of the slogans in the Puranas is Sada Sarvatra Sarvabhuteshu Anugraha Buddhi. At all time, at all places, all beings wishing blessings.
Right.
You know, that is why when we do our prayers, we chant the mantra Sarvesham Swasthir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu,
Shanti Bhavatu.
Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, meaning wishing happiness for everybody, wishing success for everybody, wishing welfare of everybody. Those are the slogans that thousands of years before Hindu sages and saints, chanted.
Right.
They're slogans to be lived. So when you wish success, peace, happiness for the other people, you become peaceful, you become successful.
Very nice. I think I find that a lot of stress in our community or in our society is others' happiness. If somebody
Right.
buys a car or a house or a promotion, people get stressed with that.
Exactly.
They don't take it as a positive way.
They don't take it kindly. They
Kindly.
feel envious.
Envious.
Absolutely.
So the happiness, they lose happiness because of that.
Because of that.
It's not within ourselves, it is because of others.
Correct. Life become a true celebration when we learn. It is a technique to be learned. When my colleague at work, got a promotion, to be happy for it. Yes, you may still have a promotion, desire for promotion, nothing wrong with
Yes.
it. But that shouldn't stop us from really being happy for. Yes, if I get it, I'll be happy. But just because he got it, one could be envious.
Absolutely.
Because a neighbor has got a better car or got a new car, we could be envious.
Right.
So envy is a feeling of discontentment at somebody else's happiness.
Very nice.
Such people will never be happy,
Yeah.
despite having everything what they want in life.
Yep. Friends, you should come to this workshop and get some happiness, how to get and the laws of a very happy life. And talking of you're doing a workshop on Saturday, 16th of June here in Mandir on the essentials of happy relationship and combat violence within family members and enhance harmonious relationship.
That's right.
So, what would you like to talk about that? When you said to bring happiness, you have to get married, but after marriage comes unhappiness
No,
too.
I said if you want to be happy for 1 month,
1 month.
marriage can be the wonderful relationship,
Right.
provided we know the technique.
Yes.
Talking about marriage and relationship, etc. The truth is that, when it comes to family, all right, the immediate thought association that comes with the word family is love, all right. Usually, every family member that we have, we loved sometime or the other, once upon a time, right? Eventually, that love deteriorates. Eventually, it turns into hatred, right? But the truth is that no family relationship never ever dies a natural death. right? Every family relationship is brutally murdered by our own ego and selfishness.
Right.
Relationship never dies naturally. So in this one full day workshop, we're trying to empower the community who are attending that there is something that is within each one of us that is actually destroying the relationship. And we can take control of that and prevent the deterioration of human relationship. And it's possible. And not only that we can prevent, we can even revive the relationship that is actually destroyed.
Right.
It may be slightly more difficult, but definitely it's not impossible.
Okay.
All right. So the two things, our ego and selfishness, or relationship dies because of starvation.
Right.
It gets starved.
Starved.
So what are the factors? And of course, a certain relationship that is really negative, extend into violence also.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So how we can avoid
that's the new. The society, I think it's
all
one
over
of
the
the
world.
social issues all over the world.
all
Actually,
over the world. It's the
I think with
domestic
the
violence.
ego, yeah, that is,
Exactly.
I think.
And simply because we do not know how to manage our own ego and selfishness, all right?
Absolutely.
And that eventually gets catapulted into that physical violence, etc. In the form of anger, bitterness, hatred, and a whole host of negative emotions.
Yeah.
And it's all emotionally related. Our scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana. In fact, in Sydney, I'm doing the topic Ramayana. Recharging relationship.
Okay.
For us to enter into the marital relationship, there are certain prerequisites, right? Today, when young couple enter into the marital relationship, they don't worry about the prerequisites.
Yeah.
If you actually analyze the young couple getting married, the paradox is that we spend maximum time preparing for the wedding, minimum time preparing for marriage.
Very true. Very true.
It's like 1% time for preparing for marriage, 99% of the time preparing for
Yes.
the wedding.
Yes.
Wedding lasts for one day, marriage lasts for a lifetime.
Absolutely.
So we got to change it. We got to have the preparation for marriage. And wedding, you don't need much preparation.
Absolutely.
So this is the unfortunate, the paradox that is happening in the world today. So can we help them to change the paradigm?
Yeah.
From preparing for the wedding to preparing for the marriage.
Very true. Very good. I think you guys should come to the workshop, which is being held on Saturday, 16th of June here in Mandir, the Vishnu Shiva Mandir, Mawson. And thank you, Dr. Angajan. But before you go, I'll ask you, what is the secret of everlasting happiness? If you want to say something about that.
Right. For which we need to find the cause of what is that makes you everlasting stress.
Okay.
Right. Only two factors: our own desires and our own ego. So long as there is selfish desire lurking in our mind,
Right.
that will make you unhappy. That is why if you look at our Puranic scriptures,
Yeah.
all right, you'll find all the demons and Rakshasas are always in pairs, in duels.
True.
And there is a dual forces, the Kauravas and the Pandavas, all right? Then there is Kamsa and Chanura, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha,
Right.
all right? Shumbha and Nishumba in Ramayana,
Yes, yes.
Kataka and Subahu.
Yeah.
What is this? All the demons always come in pairs, who makes the life of sages and saints miserable.
Right.
All right, representing our own ego and selfishness. All right. So long as we do not know the technique of taking control of our ego and selfishness,
Right.
we'll be miserable everlasting. All right? So we
Okay.
can change that. In fact, that is what the content that we're going to be talking next 5 days, starting today, on the 3rd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita,
Okay.
which is entitled Karma Yoga. So one of the important aspects that Bhagavad Gita is going to be harping on is about controlling the desire.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Angajan.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
having me.
time, and we wish that you
you
have
for
a
having me.
memorable and enjoyable time here in Australia. I believe you're going to Queensland and other places too for
Yeah,
talks.
going to Sydney, in Townsville, Brisbane, and Perth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it'll be
Melbourne as well.
Melbourne as well, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
And you
much.
have a lovely time here in Canberra.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaskar.